Hey guys, welcome back. Way back in the early 90s, when I first started teaching elementary school, I started out teaching first grade, and it was so much fun. And I had this first classroom, I think, with like 32 6-year-olds, and it was amazing. And they were so cute. And I got to help them learn how to read and write their names and all kinds of stuff. And a few years later, I taught fifth grade. And I was amazed that first day of my first class of fifth graders and all these 10-year-olds and a few 9-year-olds, a few 11-year-olds, but mostly 10-year-olds, how much they knew. It blew my mind. They could not just write their name, they could write paragraphs, they could write stories, they could multiply and divide, they could do fractions. But here's the thing, being fifth graders, knowing so much stuff, didn't dismiss the importance or the value of first grade. It didn't make first grade wrong. If I had a first grader and a fifth grader side by side, I would never say the first grade is less than, or the first grade was dumb, or the stuff the first grader learned was wrong. It was valuable for its time. But then there was a time to grow. There was a time to grow beyond it. And I think that's how we work in life. There are things we learn along the way, things our culture teaches us. And then it's time to outgrow those things. I think of it like shedding a layer of skin. It becomes too tight. We have ideas and beliefs and concepts that serve us for a long time, and they're helpful and they're practical. But when they become tight, when that skin becomes tight, it's time to shed it. And one of the biggest concepts that we learned very early on, I think most of us, especially those of us in Western culture, is this idea that mental, psychological, emotional health or responses works the way physical responses work. And a common metaphor is when you touch an oven, it's the sign to pull back. It's hot. If you touch a hot oven, your hand will retract, your hand will pull away from it. And that's intelligent. Yes. And what we learned as a culture early on is that psychological, mental, emotional health works the same way, or reactions work the same way. If something feels icky, ugh, if something feels triggering, uncomfortable, back off, get away. It's instinctive. And I'm not saying that what we learned was wrong or it didn't have its place in its own time. Just like first graders learning how to add isn't wrong, just because fifth graders can subtract and multiply, divide, and use fractions. But what I've seen very clearly, without any hesitation, it's time to outgrow that skin. It's time to shed that skin. Psychological, mental, emotional health does not work like that. Just because something feels uncomfortable, just because something feels triggering, it is not a sign to retract, retreat, run. It is an invitation, an opportunity to grow, to expand, to see more. As crazy as it sounds, I look forward to triggers now. I love when triggers are revealed because that's a growth opportunity. That's an opportunity for me to expand in love, in grace, and kindness. And even better, it's an opportunity for me to see beyond just this little world of form I've been taught, like this is all there is, this world of form. Each time I bring a trigger closer, I bring the discomfort right in. I tend to touch this space more often of formlessness, this space of infinite possibilities, this space where my identity is stable, where well-being and peace and joy are stable. I spend less time in this fleeting, transient world of form where every single moment is already on its way out by the time it's noticed. There are incredible gifts on offer, incredible treasures, and so much freedom when we shed that skin, when we shed that belief that just because an experience, an emotional, mental experience feels uncomfortable, that we're not supposed to actually move toward it, to move through it, to bring it closer. There is a treasure in that. There is freedom in that. There are rich opportunities to start to realize more of this, what is always there. Experience is always changing, up, down, the experience of good, bad, right, wrong, agony, bliss. It's always changing. It is transient. But what is here prior to experience is stable. It's intelligent. It's wise. It's free. This is where freedom is. This is where imperturbable peace is. Triggers, emotional discomfort can mean amazing portals. What if you too are ready to shed that old skin, that old metaphor that tells you discomfort is a sign to retreat? What if it's not? It's kind of amazing what opens up when we're just willing to be present, be still, be curious, and not take triggers as a sign to retreat, but an opportunity, a portal to something really amazing. I look forward to talking with you more about this, hopefully in office hours. It's tomorrow, Thursday, what is today? July 18th. If you happen to hear this video before July 18th, pop over to my website, sign up for office hours. It's free. It's every Thursday. And we're going to look a little more, I don't know, look a little more closely at this with curiosity, with excitement. What is on offer when we walk right toward, or even dip a toe in, or even take a peek around the corner of the curtain at discomfort, triggers, so that we can see right through it. And we can find the love and the treasure in the center of it. I hope you'll join me. Thanks, guys. Bye.